All right, sugar babies, tune in, tap in. I thank you all for following, new and old. Sugar babies, my name is Aisha, and you are following along with the Garden with the Life of A and B. And today I'm going to do a little garden tour for you guys now that things are flourishing. And we'll go from there. So let's jump right into it. So in this garden box here, scoot back so y'all can see it. Never mind some of the debris that's down here. I'm still redoing the little pond that's over here. But in this garden box here is my herb box. And there's a variety of herbs in this box. And some of them have taken off like no other and crowding stuff out. Like this beautiful feverfew over here. It's just did its own thing, and it is taking over everything. So before I harvest this and take some out to thin it out, and that catnip back there is getting big. This is a lot. It's eggshell everywhere. But I'm going to thin this sucker out quite a bit today. Here in a bit, actually, in a little bit, I'm going to thin it out a lot. The thyme is doing wonderful. It smells great. Sometimes I just walk by here and just brush it. That way when the wind blows, I smell it. But that is that. The tarragon is growing up the dang on window out of this box. I've harvested this a few times already. And yeah, it gets bigger each time. Here is some lettuce that is now growing properly because it's getting some light since I put a little fence up to hold this tarragon back. That is red Russian kale. This whole entire spot that you see now empty, it had spinach in here. I've already harvested all that spinach and taken it out because it's going to seed. But I have harvested from this section of spinach that was here multiple times. Now we have Swiss chard growing in back there. I just planted 2 days ago some dill and cilantro seeds over here in this bed, as well as some spinach. It is some new spinach in here too. That will grow back. Dino kale is back there. Siberian dwarf kale. And oh, I didn't even, okay. Well, come on through then, radish. Let me show y'all and get in here to show y'all this radish down here. It's doing great, so I'm going to get ready and harvest that. Matter of fact, there you have it. So it's doing good. I'm going to leave that lay right here for a moment until I come back and harvest everything that's on this side. Flowers are doing great, looking good. These, I will deadhead these off. These are done. There's new ones that come back on there, but these ones right here are done for the moment. I just wanted to show you guys some of the stuff before I get all the way into watering and pruning and taking things away and deadheading and taking tops off of stuff before I get to doing that. Like, let me do this video, this little garden tour video first. But things are coming in lovely, quite lovely, beautiful. My rose bushes are doing great, coming in nice and full, how I like them to do. But let's go on back. Right here, there is a variety of gourds and pumpkin seeds that grow in this tire. As they get bigger, I will start moving them into other areas of where I want them. I'm thinking of doing a different project with them this year, so we will see. We shall see. Y'all, I'm about just ready to have a whole fight in Tissy with these dang on chipmunks, okay? So these are some that's growing. These have not even bloomed yet. That's a bee balm flower. But neither one of these have bloomed yet. This one has opened up. It's pretty. It comes back every year. Down here, the comfrey is growing good. It's comfrey and peppers in there. So these are tree collards, purple tree collards, and then there's some Georgia collards in here, as well as it's carrots in here, it's peppers in here. There is tomatoes in here. There's asparagus that grows freely and wildly through everything else. There are some beets that's left in here. There's some cucumber that's floating around in here. I believe that those are, I think these are my long bell cucumbers, or what that is, I believe so. But that is this bed. I'm going to clean this bed out. I even think there is a slicing cucumber down in here. I think that's what's popping up through there. I'm not sure if that just is a transplant or if I actually put that one there. I don't believe I put that one there because I would have put it closer to the edge and to the corner. But these chipmunks, as you see, the holes are in here. Like, they're driving me crazy. I'm getting ready to, I went and bought a big thing of cayenne pepper from out of Sam's, and I'm getting ready to sprinkle cayenne pepper everywhere. The potatoes are doing good, growing, looking good. I think I'm gonna start and add another potato bag today. In this one, well, somewhere within the area, not in that same bag, but in a different area throughout here. The broccoli is doing great. There are broccoli heads down in here, if you can see. Let me try to get an angle where the sun isn't. There we go. They're getting big. They're doing good. Sugar snap peas are back here doing great. I actually have more sugar snap peas on here, y'all. So when I'm out here in the yard doing what I'm doing, sometimes I will just come over here and snap one off, wash it, rinse it off, and eat them because they are sweet. They are good raw. They don't have to have anything on them, but they're just good. So that's what I do. There is some fennel that's growing back here. Tomatoes. There are some mustard greens. And I do so believe that it's carrots in this bed as well. But like I said, this bed is getting ready to, these two beds have to be cleaned out big time. So I'm going to attempt to get that done today because there's been so much other stuff that I've had to do. I had not been able to. That is one of the grapevines. It produced and gave me grapes last year that were sweet and good. So I'm hoping for the same thing again this year. It had pretty flowers and blooms on here, but y'all know that follow me. I am in zone 6A here in Ohio, and the weather still has been funky here. Last week we had 2 or 3 nights that were at 38 and 39 degrees. So when I came out here, some of these were kind of rolled up and trying to come off, but there's a lot new blooms and buds on here. So as long as she keeps producing, I'm okay. So if you see, there are some spots that are yellowing and are trying to die off. I'm going to trim those yellow spots off and keep the new green leaf that you're seeing on the honeydew plants over here. Because when we got the cold, I think it actually shocked some of these. Here, those are watermelon in this bag. Once they get a little bit bigger, I will vine them differently and attach a trellis back here, and they will climb. So that is that. And this is going into the grapevine is what starts the entry into what I call my orchard area. And this is what my orchard area looks like. So those of you that have followed along, you can see that everything is growing, everything is looking good from previous videos to now where we're at. This one, I say I'm still hopeful that it's going to come back. She still has color to her. She's not all the way dyed out. But before we got the cold, way back when, a month or so ago, she had beautiful leaves on her, pinkish, purplish color leaves on her. We got hit with a frost back to back, and I think that stunted her growth or actually put her in shock because she didn't know what to do. Well, right as I was going to get ready and toss her, I was like, I'm just going to start all over, get a new one. She started producing and putting out a whole new blossom down here at the bottom. So I left her, and this is what she's given me. And there's actually 1, 2, 3 spots of new growth down here on the bottom. So I'm just going to let her be. Same with this fig tree. The taller part of the limb is gone, but she started reproducing at the bottom. So I'm just going to leave them for now. Like I said, I do so believe that the cold has put a lot of them in shock this year. A lot of them in shock. Got a new baby coming off the bottom of her and midway. She's doing good. She didn't go into a lot of shock. She held her own. She's doing good. That is the Legacy Blueberry plant. She is one of the newer additions this year. Same for this one. So again, it had beautiful leaves on it in the beginning, and then we got those frost days, and everything at the top went into shock, but she started reproducing from the bottom. And now she's growing, getting big, doing wonderful, getting pretty. Like, she's doing her thing. So let's cross over here. Oh, I need to restake you badly. Very, very badly. So you're not falling over on me. That is my Rainier cherry tree. This was an apple tree that was given to me, I believe, from Gurney's and TYTY Nursery. So I thank you. This is a Golden Delish apple tree that I planted from seed from an apple that I had ate last year. This here is the goji berry tree. In this pot here is supposed to be a hardy banana, and I come out yesterday, y'all, and by my surprise, because as you see all this brown, like the cold really had just took this baby away. I was shocked to see not only was there 1, but there's 2, 3, and 4 different spots where she's giving me new growth. So I'm excited for that. I'm excited to see what she produces and what she does. And then this is the bigger part of my blackberry tree, and she vines all the way up over the trellis. I just took some zip ties to hold her to this, but I'm going to reposition it and fix it here in a moment after I do this video. But yeah, that is a little bit of my fruit orchard area, or what I call my fruit orchard area. Then down here, I have beans, I have tomatoes, I have peppers, I have bell peppers, I have hot peppers. I even have I believe, a honeydew on the side of here. I do so believe that that's what that is, which that's fine because those have legs, and I will trellis. I will vine, once it gets the vines and the legs on it, I will help put it along the trellis here so it will climb. Same with this one. So yeah, everything right now is doing good. Like I said, just a quick little tour. Everything is looking good. As long as nothing else goes in shock, y'all, I'll be all right because as of right now, we're supposed to get another night or two. Last night, we dropped down into the 30s. We're going to be into the 30s again tonight, I do so believe. So right now, like I said, there's a little bit of stuff that needs to be pruned on them, but overall, they're doing okay. Everything is doing well and surviving. If I can make it through tonight, we're supposed to be in the clear of any more 30-degree weather anymore. So I'm doing some work out here today to get everything done as much as I possibly can and just be through with it. Okay? Just be through. I'm going to relocate a couple of things today. I do so believe too. Down in there is bergamot growing in with the lilies, and I don't know, it got transplanted there some type of way somehow. A tomato, another tomato, and a pepper there. And a lot of these I have forked and put forks around to keep some of the animals away, because y'all, I'm so over these chipmunks. When I tell y'all I'm over these chipmunks, I'm over the chipmunks. But anyhow, over here to this garden box. This area gets a lot more shade than the other areas. So when I said that I'm thinking about relocating a few things, I'm thinking about moving these broccoli plants over to the other side. To give them a little bit more sunlight. That way they can form the heads on them. They are rolled up in the middle, but I do not see a broccoli head actually in there yet. But this bed I do leave for my beans. There are beans over here. There's Brussels sprouts in here. There are chives in here. I'm going to get ready and take these chive heads off and maybe do a baked potato for lunch or something because they are edible and they are good. There's celery growing in here. But there is, the birds have been over here pooping on everything. Like, I'm finna just lose it. But this area, like I said, y'all, do get a lot more shade than everything else. This tote, I never intended on planting in here. I just used to use it as a holding cell, what I call a holding cell. If I don't know where I'm putting something right at the moment, or if I'm moving things, then it won't die. I can just, put it in here and it's going to be okay until I move it. Well, I did end up leaving some gourd in here, and I believe this bottom one is a cucumber, and then it started getting an onion in here. So I was like, okay, forget it. Let me just throw two geraniums in here and see what it do. And that's what it's doing. But like I said, this is the other box, and I just wanted to give y'all an update on what's going on and what's growing in my backyard, in my garden. This has artichoke in there. There's okra growing in here. There's peppers growing in here. There's tomatoes growing in here. There's a little bit of everything. There's leeks growing at the bottom of there. There's a salad mixture growing in here. So, yeah, that's what's growing in the tower. There's the peanut tree. I'm going to also transplant the peanut tree today into a larger pot. I think I'm going to put it into a grow bag. That way, the more room it has, the bigger it'll grow. And then once I harvest it, whatever peanuts are left in the dirt, they will form new trees. and grow new peanut trees. So my hope is to grow more and more each year. That way I will be able to sell them off year after year. This contains a pepper and a tomato in it as well. I did some rearranging in the greenhouse. The sticks are all out because I'm in the process of putting trellis up and making trellis for different things. And then all of these pots, I'm going to get ready and fill back up and do some new planting for late summer and fall. So that's what's going to go on in there. Another tomato and pepper. A moringa. Then over here we have onions. We have sunflowers growing over here. We have kohlrabi, tomatoes, mustard greens, peppers, Brussels sprouts. There's a little bit of everything growing over here. There's plantain leaves that are growing in here. There's a slicing cucumber. These tomatoes, I think, actually went in shock. I don't think they're going to do very well, but I'm going to fertilize them today, and I still have hope for them. I'm going to see what they do, and we'll go from there. So in this grow bag is nasturtiums, alfalfa. There's some thyme and white radish. There's all white radish in here. So I just put my finger down there to see if I can feel it. And they're starting to bulb, so that's doing good. Over here is corn. In between the corn, there are some cucumbers in between there because they will vine up. They will climb and find their way up. Again, kohlrabi, tomatoes, peppers, beans are all within this area. The tomatoes over here are doing decent. They're doing good. They don't look like the other side, so I'm not sure. But like I said, I'm just going to leave them for now and let them see how they're doing. The sage is doing great. This sage plant comes back to me every year. I recently transplanted her and put her over here from along the fence because she was growing in between the fence and I didn't want her to be over there. There's mint. There's rue. There's a tomato and pepper. There's lemon. And then there's mustard greens. They grow all over here. I'm going to harvest these today. There's some Hungarian wax peppers that I started, I don't know, about 2 weeks ago. They're growing and getting big, so they're out enjoying some of this light. They have 2 leaves on them, so I will now fertilize them. And of course, this is my strawberry patch. This whole bed, all 3 layers will grow strawberries. It's in between strawberry, sugar snap peas, and lettuce is what grows in here. Every now and then I'll throw a pepper in here. There's also basil in here. There's some herb in here. What's in here? Borage. Borage grows in here also. But there's some beans that I threw in the top part of here. Actually, let me tell you. Actually, there was never supposed to be beans in there. I had beans, and I caught myself trying to climb up this one day. About a week or 2 ago. And I had beans in my smock, in my garden smock that I use outside. And the whole pack busted. It was a day it was raining. I was already wet. The package was wet. Everything was wet. It busted. And beans spilled in there. So once I realized and seen that beans started growing, I just left them. I left them and I just put a little tag back there and said wax beans because that's what I had that day. There's also some yarrow that grows up there, but that is what that looks like in there. Let me see if I can get down in here and, yep, show you guys some strawberries. So there are strawberries growing. I've already actually been harvesting strawberries, and they've been great. I mean, they've been sweet. They've been good. And I've been able to enjoy them. But yeah, that is what the strawberry patch is looking like right now. Like I said, there's plenty of strawberries all in there growing. I have forks in between there to keep and try to deter out some of the animals. But yeah, because a few weeks back, this whole bed, there were 17 different lettuces that I planted in here. I came out one morning. See, they're starting to grow back now. But I came out one morning to that. And I was out here hollering at all of the chipmunks, the squirrels, and the rabbits, and whoever else could hear me. Because I was having a whole fit out here, y'all. Like, I don't mind sharing with the animals. But I'm not going to be sharing all of the heads of lettuce. And I had not had forks in here yet. I had just planted them and put them in here. So now, the fork game is back. It's back, and I'm going to get some more forks today to put in here. And that's how we're going to do that. No, little buggy, get away. In here is some more red Russian kale, spinach, microgreens, and there's microgreens in there as well. And I just threw some cilantro seeds in here as well. Over here are my eucalyptus trees. They are actually, both of these containers contain 2 different types of eucalyptus. And they're doing great, getting big, they're getting strong. But yeah, y'all, that is what's going on in my garden, in my backyard, what I call the Bagley Oasis. That's what's going on the homestead. So it's a little bit of work that I got to do today. Over here in the wheelbarrow grows beans, minced lettuce, and chives. But outside of that, that is it. I do have a berry tree that grows over here. And there's berries starting to come on here, and hopefully, I've been trying to go through here, y'all, and just kind of tuck in the branches that have all of the berries on them and move them around, trying to hide them from the birds. Let me see, can y'all see them up under there? Let me scoot back just a little. Let me get in there right there. So I've been trying to hide some of them from the birds. Like I said, I don't mind sharing with the birds, but I don't want to allow y'all to have everything. Let them have everything that I have. I'll give them a little bit here and there. And I don't cover this tree up, like I said, so I do share with the animals. Once I pick and do, they're free to get whatever they want. Not only from this tree, they also eat from my honeysuckle tree. So I have a honeysuckle tree over here. That big tree that you see alongside of here on the other side of the fence is a honeysuckle tree. And they absolutely, absolutely love this tree. The bees love it. The wasps love it. All of the animals love it. But yeah, this is my honeysuckle tree. And they eat off of it. We eat off of it. And it's enough to go around because she gets very big and hangs over this archway here. But like I said, y'all, that is my garden looks like. That's what my backyard looks like. I hope you guys enjoyed. For those of you that are new or old, it doesn't matter. Please feel free to share, like, subscribe, and pass it along. Comment below. Let me know how your garden is doing. Let me know what you're growing in your garden and how your garden is flourishing and if you've harvested yet. Again, I am in zone 6A. Until next time, peace, love, and light.